Hi everyone, it has been a very long time that we have met on this show. And because we're so busy with the rigors of election, in order to give you the latest as it happened, across all political parties, across 30 local governments, and also at the national level. But as we are back now, my name is Jare Tiamiyu. This is another edition of the week. Let's just see what happened in the first week of the month of August. This week we are going to be reviewing this moment. And it has been a post-election period in Osun State here. And I want to start from there. The crisis that is actually coming after the election is becoming more intense than what we actually witnessed before the election. What exactly is happening? Most especially the court clashes that we have in the last 2 weeks, maybe after the election. We've had several killings related to court cases in Osun, and also the political issues that we have in Ede, the country home of the governor-elect, Senator Sola Adeyeye, actually claimed 2 lives over the weekend. And the family members, you can see them there, they are coming out to say that they are fingering one lawmaker representing the North at the State House of Assembly, Babajide. And also the lawmaker has actually come out to say his own side of the story, stating that he knew nothing about what happened, that he was nowhere near the place of the attack. But there is something that is very important here, and that is a man that was fingered, a man whose name has been so constant in all the narrations from the police, from the witnesses, and from the family. Even the lawmaker did not actually mention his name, but he also said something that has to do with him. And that is one CSP of Mayele, a former commander of CP surveillance team. They call it tactical team. And the man has been he has issues of right abuse here and there. In fact, the information has it that the EndSARS panel that Osun State government set up sometimes in 2020, they presented their report this year, actually recommended some punishment for this man. This same man, CSP Omayele. But the commissioner of police has done something that actually shows that the man is actually culpable a little bit, even though they have actually confirmed that he was the one that shot the man named Olalekan Habidin in Ede. But those are still allegations. But the CP has disbanded the team headed by CSP Omayele. They call it CP surveillance team, over the unprofessional conduct, according to the police public relations officer, ASP Yemisi Okpalola. We will continue to see what is really happening there. But we have to say that the crisis that we are witnessing after the election is becoming more intense, in fact, greater than what we witnessed before the election. And we call on the state government and all stakeholders, the political stakeholders, the security, to actually look into this matter. This man has actually, there is an information that he has been approved to be the CASO to the governor-elect. But that is the letter. His name is on that letter that you consider. But we'll continue to see what is going to happen as far as this case is, because somebody who has issues of right abuse spanning for several years is getting more promotion, even though he was recommended for punishment, but there has not been that punishment meted out. I want to believe the Inspector General of Police will look into this matter, because it generates into another crisis of EndSARS as we witnessed in the year 2020. Still on Osun, the governor of the state and the candidate of the APC, Governor Oyetola, has actually dragged the INEC, the PDP, and Senator Ademola Adeleke before the tribunal. He has filed a 1,240-page petition at the tribunal, alleging several infractions, calling on the court to look at issues of overvoting in 749 polling units spanning across 10 local government areas. And you can see some of the local government at the north, at the south, Egbedore, Ejigbo, Irepodun, and some other local governments where you lost the election. But that is the case before the tribunal. We will see what the case will be. It is actually prejudicial to be discussing the matter before the court at the media. But that is just the update we have to give for you today. This is a very good one. Nigerians are doing well at the Birmingham Commonwealth Games in Birmingham City, United Kingdom, you can see now we have 35 medals. We have actually beaten records that we set in 1994. Now we have the highest medal, the best outing we've ever had at both Olympics and even at the Commonwealth Games. That is very important. We have to actually give kudos to this team, and then we must also salute the doggedness and the leadership capacity of the Minister of Sport, Mr. Sunday Jare. When they are not doing well, we actually criticize them. But I think this is a very good outing for Nigerian team at the United Kingdom. And we still have some days, and I believe we can still have some medals in the bag. That's a very good one. We have several people. We don't want to be mentioning numbers, This lady, Osun, is actually doing well, and then she has actually won 3 medals, 2 personally and 1 as a team when they had 4x400 meter race for the women. We actually appreciate what Nigerian women are doing. Not only the women, the guys are also doing well. You remember one lady from the government who actually won bronze, Yusuf Islamia, and some other people. They are doing fantastic well. And I believe that when they come back, we'll not just disband the team. We'll try to nurture them to see what they can still do moving ahead. And also we bring in some raw talent from the local grassroots and then join it to them, so that the next outing will actually be that we are beating the record that we have set this time around. And also, let me say that this, for all of us that are using data, for those of you that are making calls, the federal government is set to increase the tax on calls and data from 7.5 to 12%. We don't even know our commenters in the country. We don't even know who we have offended. Please let me translate that. Who we have offended in this country. Because why will you say that just to make call now, I will be paying 12.5% tax for making calls? What exactly are we saying? Is it because the government is actually too large that we cannot fund the government again? We just have to overtax and still come back to even tax again ordinary citizens on the road, when we have to pay 12.5% on every call and every data we actually purchase? What are we really saying? Is it better? Are we getting, when Nigerians are actually complaining that the money for data is too much? I know some of my guys that will say, MTN, is either you and I are using my data, or my grandfathers or forefathers are using it with me. But that is what we are having. But we don't even know if, when this government says something and we go against it, the next thing he just say that they'll just keep mute. After some weeks, you just realize that it has been affected. And before you know, we'll just be dragging. And Nigerians, we know that. We just move on. But that is that about that. Please, I will go on a very short break now. When I'm back, we discuss 2 other segments that we are introducing to this show, and that is Inside the Community and You and SDGs. Stay tuned, I'll be right back. Welcome back to the week, and the segment now is Inside the Community, in partnership with Inside Community and Social Development Initiative. What we talk about today is what we saw in Lobu local government area. That is the school built by one of the lawmakers, a former lawmaker to be precise, Professor Sola Adeyeye. He built this school sometimes, according to the report, sometimes in the year 2017-18. And I can tell you that this building that you see there could not even actually last for more than a year. According to the school management, who spoke under condition of anonymity, they said that they could not actually have the students inside the classroom for more than a term, because the structure was not built with brick. It was built with some planks and then some plywood. You can see it there. And this is the rooms that we are having there. The lawmaker is a professor of molecular biology, former lawmaker rather, and is one of the focal lawmakers that we had during this time. He represented Osun Central Senatorial District during that time. I want to believe that when he sees this, he will know that maybe he will go back to that school and find something done, so that we can enjoy the value for money. And the last segment is You and the SDGs, where we'll be discussing what the Sustainable Development Goal is all about. That is very important for development of everyone, everywhere. Today, we'll be talking about Goal 1, Goal 1 is saying zero poverty, no poverty. It says that the target is that is about raising incomes for the poor at the grassroots at all levels to ensure that everybody has something to actually lay hands to feed themselves, to pay some bills, and also do some things. And that is what the goal is all about. You can read more about the goal there. Goal 1 of Sustainable Development Goal is zero poverty. Let us move up together. All of us must ensure that people somewhere, people at the rural area, the hinterland, the huts and every other places actually have access to income to actually pay their bills. And that is what the goal 1 of the Sustainable Development Goal is all about. And on that note, I want to say thank you for being part of today's edition of The Week. My name is Jare Tiamiyu. Please ensure you have a better day ahead. Bye for now.